Hey guys, did you know that if you're a multi-billion-dollar company, you can announce products and then just never talk about them again? We're going to talk about how Bloodborne's on PC and AMD gets the go-ahead. Let's get into the hot news, everybody. I'm your Brett host. We're going to be going over the hottest tech news that I can find on the internet while you enjoy your breakfast. And you're welcome for the desk slaps. We've been told in our meme review that I don't slap the desk enough. So in case you want more desk slaps, here you go. In case you want to be part of our meme review, we're actually streaming right now live over on Twitch, reviewing all of the memes that you guys submit to our subreddit, which is reddit.com/r/UFD Tech. Anyways, if you want to participate in that, you go to Twitch, you can go to the subreddit, all of that good stuff. But you know where you can't go to find out about Nvidia's latest GPU? Anywhere, because they haven't said anything. The RTX 3090 Ti, as it was officially unveiled by Jeff Fisher during their CES announcement, said that, hey, you can tune in later this month for details on this card. That was all the way back January 4th. Now it's, what is it? It's February, and they didn't say a gosh dang thing about this GPU. It just doesn't officially exist, as according to them. I mean, they showed it, but then they didn't talk about anything. Normally, Nvidia has embargo release dates at roughly 9 a.m. Eastern for this kind of stuff, and we just haven't heard of it at all. Even though we have gotten teased models of these cards from EVGA, but Nvidia's just not replying to press when they ask, hey, what's going on with this card? It's just mum's the word on this one, and it also might be because there are backside reports that are indicating that the card is just too hot, and it's too loud, and it's buggy, and it doesn't work because they tried to push the GPU past what it could possibly be. I guess they're trying to compete with some unknown AMD GPU that's out there. Maybe they're scared about Intel, and so they were trying to be like, hey, no, we have the fastest. But all of the reports of Intel's GPUs don't make it seem like it's that fast, and AMD's GPUs, I mean, the 6900 XT is great, but why would they launch a 3090 Ti if it's not actually ready, even though it's barely faster? I don't know. Will this card ever actually come out? Is Nvidia going to remember this? It's hard to say. We'll just have to keep you posted. But if you're a multi-billion-dollar company, you can say, hey, we have this thing. Shh, we're never going to release it. I mean, Apple did it with their, their Surface charger, and then Samsung did it with their Bixby home device, and now Nvidia's doing it with the 3090 Ti. But you know what? I can't forget the way that Nvidia is going to have to go if they want to get a faster GPU than the RTX 3090. Hopper, which is the next generation architecture that we're waiting to get from Nvidia, has some new leaks and indication that it's gonna be a big old whopper of a hopper. See what I did there? The leaks are indicating that it's probably close to 1,000 square millimeters, which makes it one of the largest single die GPUs ever released. There were previous reports that Hopper might be a multi-chip module, but according to this, the GH100 would actually not be a multi-chip module, but be a monolithic die, which just means that it's a big boy. It's a big chunkin' lunkin'. But we'll have to see if Nvidia can even call it Hopper, because they're in a trademark dispute with Dish Network to get the name Hopper to use for their GPUs. Dish Network has had the Hopper as a trademark since 2012 with their line of Dish products. I guess they're going with like a marsupial related theme. Hopper's supposed to be named after the computer scientist Grace Hopper, and Dish Network likes to make marsupial kangaroo puns because they have the Hopper Sling, Hopper Duo, and a Joey, which is the other line of product. It's hilarious. Good job, Dish Network. Anyways, Nvidia working on getting that. They filed a patent all the way back in 2019 for their Nvidia Hopper technology, and they're trying to figure out a way that they could actually use the trademark, with Dish Network potentially being satisfied whether or not it's money or any of that. How do you trademark a name? I'm not 100% sure. I'm not a multi-billion-dollar business, but these guys are. Hopefully they'll figure it out, and I need to figure out what I can do with one of these, because Lucos is announcing the world's first, as far as I'm aware, super ultra wide 4K portable monitor, which sounds ridiculous, but it's only 14 inches. This thing is an aspect ratio of 32:9 with a resolution of 3840 by 1100. I want it so bad. Look at this weird little funky ultra wide portable monitor. I don't understand it, but I desperately need it. It's gonna have 100% sRGB, 300 nits brightness, 2 millisecond response time, 60 hertz, and they're saying that it supports everything from from the desktop to the laptop to the PlayStation 5, 32 by 9? Really? Like, I've seen 21 by 9 on a PlayStation, and it doesn't look good. 32 by 9's gotta look ridiculous. It does not seem like it has touchscreen functionality, which kind of makes it a little useless. That was at least the general idea of something that you could potentially use it for, like having stream buttons set up on it. You get a little boop-a-doop on that little 32 by 9, but it can't even do that. It's just for viewing, but it has tons of inputs: DisplayPort 1.2, 1.4, HDMI 2.0B, HDMI 1.4. That's it, a lot of connectivity options. It's also gonna have a fan. It's available on Kickstarter, so buyer beware. It's looking like it's gonna cost you $419 or more in order to get one of those. Currently, it's sitting at over its $2,000 funding goal at $172,000. I don't think I should buy it. I wanna, but I'm not gonna. I'll leave a link in the video description in case you guys wanna, but I wanna talk about the Cryptostonks. So let's talk about Bitcoin and how it's down a little bit, just a scooch. It's roughly the same as where it was this time yesterday at 38,413. Not much movement going on in the crypto market at the current moment. Ethereum up 3.3% to be at 2761, and Dogecoin up 0.5% to be at 14.2 cents. But what Cryptostonk is never gonna see the light of day is Diem, or whatever the Project Libra currency was supposed to be from Facebook and their Diem association. That has now been sold off, or at least it's going to be sold off, to Silvergate Financial, which is just going to acquire Facebook's failed crypto project that was funded by them, and then said, we have all of these partners of PayPal and Visa and MasterCard, and everybody pulled out, and now it's not around. They're blaming essentially Congress for all of the failures here, and that's the reason why they can't actually have it, because it's just all these gosh dang regulations and fund development laws, and oh man, we have actual ways of making sure that if you put your money into something, you can get it back out. Oh man, that sucks. But you know what other government entities really harshen the mellow of a company? Yeah, that's right, Tesla having to recall their aggressive full self-driving profile because it runs stop signs. We talked about this in a previous episode of Hot News, that it could do some like roll and stop mechanism where it makes sure nothing's around and then it goes without actually stopping. Number one, illegal in a lot of states. Number two, the government doesn't like that. HTSA, we're forcing a recall of this because it's a safety hazard. Stopping at stop signs, the stop signs are there for the safety of everybody. Tesla obviously not happy about this, saying that there's been no incidents with this actually being a problem, but fine, we'll recall it anyways. Gosh, mom. And while Tesla likes to play with the lives of pedestrians, you might not be able to play the famous game that's taken the internet by storm, Wordle. In case you haven't heard of it, is a 5-letter word game that you play on your phone and then you share it on Twitter, and I had no idea what it was for a very long time. Well, it got bought out by the New York Times, with the report being that the developer of Wordle, Josh Wardle, is it pronounced the same? I don't know, it doesn't matter. He got a payday of low 7 figures, which is that's a lot of cash, especially for a game that has no ads. It doesn't require you to actually have any sort of monetization whatsoever, which kind of like makes sense and why people would enjoy it, because it's like pure and wholesome and it didn't have any sort of corporate greed attached to it. Well, the New York Times says that they're gonna keep it initially free to new and existing players, but the Times remains focused on becoming the essential subscription for every English-speaking person seeking to understand and engage with the world. New York Times games are a key part of that strategy, so it's gonna go paywall. So enjoy that while it lasted. Just get the knockoff one, but that also kind of ruins the purity of it, right? Like going for the next big hype. It's like Flappy Bird when there was tons of clones. Like, yeah, nothing replicates Flappy Bird, even though it's the same game mechanic. It's not the point. And I know this next article isn't the point, but we finally are getting Bloodborne on PC, just in the form of a PlayStation 1 demake. This game is actually available as a free download. You can see the trailer right here, where essentially it's the lowered resolution and polygons of the PlayStation 1, but it does have a lot of the details that came with Bloodborne, and you can enjoy that. Not every level and part of Bloodborne's available, but there's a significant portion of it in it. We'll leave a link in the video description in case you want to check out Bloodborne PSX for yourself. And in case you want to not be by yourself, but share with your friends what you're playing on your PlayStation, you can now do so through Discord. Previously, Sony and Discord announced that they were going to have a partnership where you could actually use Discord on PlayStation, which is good, good because PlayStation's voice chat functionality is absolute anus, so seeing them use Discord is a good thing. Right now, it's just rolling out in that you can connect your PlayStation account and then your Discord profile will say, hey, I'm playing the real Bloodborne on PS4. And AMD's playing the real acquiring game. We talked about previously how Nvidia actually couldn't acquire ARM because regulators just didn't want to approve a monopoly. AMD not having such troubles with their acquisition of Xilinx for $35 billion. Chinese regulators approving that sale. There's still more details that have to go through, but this is one of the hurdles that Nvidia couldn't get over with their $40 billion purchase of ARM. So Xilinx looks like it's likely going to be part of AMD sometime soon. And what's going to be part of Linux OS, or at least Steam OS on the Steam Deck, is FSR. Valve coming out and saying another good thing about the Steam Deck, which is launching on February 25th, by the way, that at launch FSR is going to be supported by the console and the games that support it. However, in a future Steam OS release, FSR will just be available for everything. You can fidelity FX, super resolution, everything you freaking want, and it doesn't even matter because it's going to be baked in at the operating system level. That is presuming that you don't actually, convert it over to Windows or turn it into a completely different machine. The Steam Deck having FSR baked in from the ground level is a good thing in my book. I like to see this. Valve seems to be hitting on the right marks with the Steam Deck, and I can't wait to get mine, even though it's in the later half of 2022. Probably gonna get mine for Christmas. And you're not gonna get me any longer today, because that's the end of the tech news for today. Come back tomorrow for more tech news. Don't forget that currently, if you're watching this as this video is released, we're streaming over on Twitch doing tech meme review. I'd love to see you there with the death slaps happening. Cheerios.